Oh, well, I'm glad you're able to join us. I'm glad you got a break. A break from work, a break from class, a break from. We're glad you're here. Hey, y'all. It's like rainy and storming here today, which is amazing. But my dog is like, he has this thing with the thunder. He thinks he can bark it away. So it's going to be loud here today, probably. You're off work today. Good for you. I'm glad you're here. Is today the first day of spring? I think I heard that somewhere. It would be amazing if it is. Your lunch just finished cooking. Amazing, right? Lunchtime. Glad you're here. And it is the first day of spring. Oh, it was yesterday? Oh. Well, yay, happy spring. You could have told me it was 6 weeks ago. I don't know. You're making lunch right now. You have a dinner date with your girl later. That will be amazing. Can you share with us where you're going? Uh-oh. And okay, so do I go live every Monday or every second? So the intention is to go live every Monday, and that really is the plan. But I don't know if y'all like follow my social media or whatever, but I'm now in, well, not now officially, I don't have it in my hand yet. I will be a license anyway. I've been working on becoming like a licensed professional counselor supervisor, bringing on other therapists. Our practice is expanding. We're bringing on like some yoga and meditation services. So yes, I want to be here every Monday, but sometimes like meetings or things have kind of fallen on Mondays at lunch or clients. So it's been just kind of a crazy few weeks around here. Ooh, Fuzzy's Taco. So we used to have a Fuzzy's Taco right down the street from where I lived, and it was so good. What happened to them? I think our town, so I'm from a real small town, and restaurants are weird in my town. Like, not all of them are easy to make it, unfortunately. But Fuzzy's Taco is real good. You like therapy because you get to talk about yourself for an hour? Is that bad? That's why I love therapy. Like, it is undistracted. Like, your therapist is just there for you during that time to talk about and feel and like deal with whatever. It's great to have that time for yourself. Good for you. I am in Texas, North Texas. Mm. So busy today. Mm. Sorry to hear that for a Monday. I hope you find time to like take a break and take care of yourself because really you are more important than whatever work has for you for the day, really truly. So like you can take a few minutes, and if your boss it says anything about it, like your boss is an asshole. And I know that doesn't work because if your boss is an asshole, you might get in trouble. I don't want you getting in trouble at your job, but know that you like deserve a break and can take some time for yourself. You're worth it. Hi. Is ED residential scary? You're going soon and you're literally terrified. Well, I think being terrified is a pretty normal, excuse me, human feeling for a situation like that, right? You're going and doing something that you are unfamiliar with, new place, new people, so it is scary. So it's okay to be scared, but is it scary? I think you're going to a place where people are going to want where people want to help you, people know how to help you. Um, they are going to give you lots of support. I, I, I know that's not a simple yes or no answer, but I think a residential is a really great place to go to heal and get yourself in a better place to come home and do the work, right, that you need to do to be like that better person that you want to be. So, is it scary? Yes, but it's normal to be scared to do something like that because this is a big deal. So, congratulations for taking a big like step forward for yourself. That's amazing. Yay! We're celebrating 2 months since somebody's had some intrusive thoughts. That's amazing. Or intrusive thoughts about something specific. So that's amazing. See, healing can happen. Like, my field has done a terrible job of pathologizing human suffering. Like, the DSM 5 is the newest one, and they're coming out with a redo of y'all, and I won't do this. I won't do this. So if anybody's listening, I swear, don't take this seriously. But I saw this and I was like, that's it. I'm not going to be a licensed therapist anymore. I want to not have my license to hold on to because we want to like pathologize everything. They're trying to make grief some kind of like, mental illness. It's ridiculous. People suffer, people struggle, people hurt, and then these mental health like symptoms honestly are really our psyche's way, our coping way of trying to like figure out how to take care of ourselves. And so now I got on a rant. Oh, healing is possible, right? Because these things that like these intrusive thoughts or these symptoms that we struggle with, living with an eating disorder, hopelessness, depression, anxiety, like, you can feel better. You don't have to live that way. You don't have to we will experience those feelings. We all experience those feelings. And so it's not that feelings go away, it's that you're allowed to figure out how to like feel in charge of taking care of yourself in those feelings. So, how does this app know I have eating issues? Because I don't know you, okay? I don't know. I just see your name. I'm welcome. I'm glad you're here. Maybe because people disordered eating and eating disorders affect like 1 in 4 people that are on this app, and I would say I think like a third of high schoolers and college students are dieting. So like I would think that everybody on this app has eating issues if you really want to go there. You had your intake today? Yes. Good. Good. Do I feel like intuitive eating is okay? Of course. That's the only way. Healing is not linear. You're right. Ooh, I can't handle adulting. Do I think society is labeling everything with a disorder? I think so. Mhm. I do. Like here's I'm going to try to wrap this up in a nutshell cuz y'all these are just short lives, right? But so many times clients will come to my office and they'll say, "Oh, I've been diagnosed with put in insert, mental health condition." And then we spend an hour or so beating themselves up and experiencing all this shame because of these feelings and these symptoms. And y'all, it's an illness. Like, you don't beat yourselves up for getting the flu. You don't beat yourselves up for having, well, I do actually have a lot of chronic pain clients that beat themselves up, but mentally and emotionally. But um listen, it's just feelings because we live in a fucked up world. We live with fucked up people who are just trying to do the best that they can. And so we're all here just trying to do the best that we can, fucking things up, right? And then society likes to try to label it or, pathologize it because it thinks that we're all supposed to be happy and positive and cheerful all the time. And that's just bullshit. Like, we're not. Like, happiness is possible and achievable and doable. And I want you to attain that. And like that can be like your daily goal, right? And we get to experience it, but we're not supposed to it's not like a check box, right? Of like, I'm happy, I've achieved happiness, and forever now and always until the end of time I'll always be a happy person. We have to do things every day to stay in our feelings bubbles. And then when stuff comes up for us and life gets hard and we're in our feelings, we do things again to try to make us feel better, but that doesn't mean that we're always going to feel better right away. You have generalized anxiety disorder and ADHD. And so when clients tell me they've got these diagnoses, and I've diagnosed folks, I can do that. I have to sometimes. I say, so what? So what? Like, I know our society has labeled these things and has made it feel like it's really bad, but it's really it's not. You're experiencing a normal human feeling for the situations and the life that you've been through, and you're just doing the best that you can to get through and get by. And so I wish that I know why we pathologize these things, because we want insurance and the medical model, right, to pay for it. And that's a whole other rant for a whole other day. But it's okay to have feelings and have symptoms of mental health. I think we all have mental health stuff. Like ADHD is a big one now that because of TikTok. Thank you, TikTok. And a lot of clients are like, I think I have ADHD. And I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not dismissing that you don't have these symptoms, because I think that all humans struggle with all mental health symptoms. A mental health condition is a pattern of those symptoms, right? And how it interferes with your life. So if your symptoms, if your focus, your attention, your concentration, if that's affecting your life, then do something about it. That's when you are allowed to say, wait a minute, this is how can I make this, can I find improvement? Can I get better in this way? Right? How can I care? Again, we can't sometimes make these symptoms go away. Trauma happened. We can't make trauma go away from your life, but can you find a way to care for yourself and show up for yourself when you experience those human emotions? That's therapy in a nutshell. Let's see. If you're slipping into habits, get support. Talk to somebody. Excuse me. Tell your therapist, if you have one. Find a community who understands what you're going through. So like the Recovery Academy, recovery-academy.com, eating disorder support community resources specifically for that. That's for if you're needing a little bit of support or you find yourself slipping. But here's the thing, if you're struggling, the best thing is to get help. Don't struggle and suffer alone, because you're just going to stay stuck there. Right. ADHD is one of those weird things. Does it exist? Yes. And so I never want to dismiss it from folks, but I think that trauma and anxiety often look very much like ADHD. And so oftentimes when I have somebody who has ADHD and I know, I really just think about those things. I think about trauma and I think about anxiety, and how, right, it might look like ADHD symptoms. What's my zodiac sign? I love that question. I'm a Taurus. I love astrology. I don't know much about it, but I find it fascinating. What's bad for you? A special. I don't think so. I think that if you have a mental health condition, you're normal. You're just a person, right? You just, maybe your feelings cause you.
You haven't had any bad things happen to you? Yeah, sure.
Your feelings cause you like to have just like maybe get overwhelmed and get really flooded, and so your feelings get right. You struggle with how you take care of yourself. You struggle with how you like experience feelings. Hey, Tauruses. Hey. You're right about that. People do laugh at you, and I'm sorry. That's not okay. And they shouldn't be doing that, because there's nothing wrong with needing help and support. I know our y'all, like, truly, really, honestly, the problem with us is our fucked up society and world, right? That we have so many people telling us how we should be and ought to be and look and sound and dress and show up in the world and learn, right? Everybody thinks that things need to look a certain way, and that's the problem. Because now we've all been raised and taught and conditioned through schools and jobs and, like, our homes, and so it is what it is. Not all of that is bad, but now we have to figure out and understand, how has that helped me, and in what ways has this, like, learning been harmful for me and doesn't work for me anymore in my life, because now I'm an adult, or now I have this, like, insight, and now I have this, like, awareness. You don't have to be an adult, you could just be, like, aware, um and say, this doesn't work for me anymore. And that's, again, where help comes from. You're allowed to then say, how do I find help to, like, learn another way to see this, or learn another way to deal with this. You can totally address the symptoms without needing a specific diagnosis. In my practice, we don't do a lot of diagnosing. I don't do a lot of diagnosing. Really, honestly, the reason why you need a diagnosis is for the insurance to say, hey, here's this diagnosis. We have this, like, treatment of this thing. And so it kind of becomes like a model, right? Of saying, like, here's how we treat this issue. So it's helpful in that, right? So if you come to me and you're like, Stephanie, I have anxiety, or you have a diagnosis of anxiety, I know, okay, like, here's the type of, like, things, the type of, like, skills, the type of, like, therapies, the type of, like, interventions that can help a person living with anxiety. But shit, like, it can help somebody who has just general data, like, one time anxiety, these skills, right? Like the things that I know are for everybody, truly, because we all have mental health. It does. I'm so sorry. That's bullying, really, and bullying is a trauma, and what you're experiencing is stigma. And again, stigma is a form of trauma, and it's not okay. And I don't know if you have, like, teachers or advocates or somebody there in the school to let them know, but what those kids are doing to you is not okay. And I don't want to tell you to stop or be like, there's nothing wrong with you. What the problem is, these asshole kids at your school. You're taking notes. Mm. Cheetos are my favorite. Okay, my friends, it was so great spending time with y'all. I'm gonna go finish my lunch and get myself ready for my afternoon. You do the same. Take some time for yourself. Take care of yourself. You deserve it. You deserve some time. And I do hope to be here next Monday. That will be the plan. Yes, it is normal to continuously change hobbies. I change hobbies all the time. I don't stick with anything. My husband and my career are the only two things I've ever stuck with ever in my life. All right, friends. So I will see y'all in a couple, not a couple weeks. I will see y'all on Monday when I go live. Take care. Bye, y'all.